Okay. There's some glare, but I'll figure it out. This is my first video from the office, but I will always engage in the activity, and we will get better as we go. Um, I don't want to give away what I'm talking about. I just want to say that when I was at the regional mastermind, Mark King said it best. He said, "This company embraces failure," and he has failed in every position he has been in KW, and has ultimately ascended to become the president of KWRI. So we're all in good company, and we all have amazing opportunities to get better here. And essentially, that's what my first video is about. So let's get into it. Let's dispel some myths, let's gain some clarity, and let's gain an understanding of the reality of the situation. Um, this is the goal of today's FRO, For Realtors Only podcast. Let's dive in. As the new team leader, I'm literally diving into the role head first. I know what it's like as an agent. I've been one full time for 20 years. I understand the ups, the downs, the emotional roller coaster we're all a part of with clients, being hired, being fired, with listings, getting them, losing them, with buyers, repping them, having them go it alone without you as they flock to open houses and new sales centers. I also understand all of it and more because I've dealt with it all personally. Anything and everything that you've dealt with and ultimately will deal with in the future, chances are high I have already gone through it. And as your team leader, I can and will help you through it. One of the ways to help you understand your true worth and value as an agent and to ultimately fast track your ascent to being a consistently productive agent in the field is by speaking about bold. Um, Before you brush bold aside, I need to explain it to you from my perspective as an agent and not a team leader. So please, please, please listen up. First and foremost, many of you listened to Amber as she talked about her being the coach at the upcoming Fort Lauderdale Bold class starting in October. Some of you signed up for Bold. Kudos to you for taking a stand for yourself and your success. Some of you signed up for First Step. Truth be told, I'm less enthused about that because what it tells me is you have one foot in and one foot out. And in this business, you need to be all in. And then there were some of you that decided, for whatever reason, that you were happy where you were and unwilling to take the Bold challenge and sign up at all. That, to be honest, is disappointing. So let me dispel myths. First off, what is Bold? What is it? You hear the word all the time. Bold stands for Business Objective Life by Design. And basically, it's an 8-week intensive course that's geared to help you change your mindset, remove your limiting beliefs, and increase your production. That's it. And doesn't everybody want that? I hope so. Does the office make money by getting agents to sign up for Bold? While some might think so, the answer in bold lights is no. The money paid by agents covers costs to pay the Bold coach for spending literally 8 weeks belly to belly with agents teaching live classes with intense focus on getting them where they need to be so that they can have the lives they envisioned when they decided to become real estate agents in the first place. So if the agent doesn't make money when an agent signs up for Bold, why does the office push Bold so hard? That's a valid question. So let me give you the answer. And I'm going to answer as an agent and then as your team leader. I live in Southwest Ranches. It's over 20 miles away. There are 4 KW offices closer to my house. I joined this particular office because of the vibe, because they were productive agents, and because I work better and make more money when agents around me are making money, doing deals, and are pushing one another to get better. I wasn't getting that vibe from the other offices, and ultimately, I felt that my growth would be best accomplished by joining this particular office. From a team leader perspective, there is no money made when agents sign up for Bold. But when an agent takes Bold, truly buys in to what they're doing, believes that the process will work, sees the upside, then you get productive agents that make money for themselves and the office. And that win-win is what makes offices legendary. Highly productive agents creating buzz, attracting more listings, more buyers, more money, more talented agents, and everything else that positive momentum brings. And it brings so much. You really have no idea. So that's me dispelling myths. And hopefully I did that. Now let me create some clarity. Do you know why agents aren't successful? Because they refuse to admit the truth. And when you reverse engineer it, it comes down to the same thing. It always comes down to this. They are fearful and afraid. Agents will come to any class offered here in the Market Center, and they'll take notes, and then they will leave, never committing to anything more than simply attending the class. They won't make phone calls. They won't reach out to their database. They won't engage with their sphere. They won't work with command. They simply refuse to actually do any work. Why? Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of the unknown. The list goes on and on and on. Bold teachers know this. They understand the mental and emotional blocks, and they are trained over hundreds of hours how to get agents from point A to point B, and when they do, and if you buy into the process, your life will immediately change, and you'll finally have clarity about how extremely successful agents operate. And finally, the reality of the situation. And here it is. For those that have already paid in full to be part of the Fort Lauderdale Bold launch in October, I congratulate you. And I also would remind you to be all in for the entire 8 weeks. Do not be that agent who simply goes to Bold to say they've been there, or to write Bold X times in their signature block. Take advantage of Amber Rutherford's success and appreciate that she wants to give you her playbook so that you can replicate it on your own. You'll have it. For those who opted to enroll into the first step of Bold, I would simply ask you why. Why just the first step? Let's be honest here. If it's the money, then that's even more of a reason that you need to be in Bold. To eliminate that scarcity mindset, you need to bet big on yourselves and you need to be all in. Let me explain what going to the first step of Bold translates to. And it's really easy if you understand it from this perspective. When you sign up for the first step, you're essentially non-committal. So let's explore that type of mindset. You're kind of okay with going, but don't want to fully commit because of money or because of schedule or because you just don't like accountability. Or maybe it's just you're not fully comfortable with what bold is or what you might be getting yourself into. So let me explain why that mindset will work against you. If you have ever gone on a listing presentation, you undoubtedly face any number of objections: price, commission, duration of time that you have the listing for. So let's just say you're me and you're very confident in what you do, and you're sitting there with the seller and telling them that the list price is X, the commission is Y, and the length of the listing agreement is 6 months. And then they say, well, we know you, we know your track record, we know that you've been extremely successful agent for 2 decades, but we just don't feel like committing 100%. So how about we agree that you can do your listing and do your thing, and I'll give you 1 month on the agreement. A 1-month listing agreement. Do you think that there's a chance in hell that I'm taking that listing? With the amount of effort I put into my craft, with the level of my expertise that I provide? My answer to the seller is thanks, but no thanks. This is a team effort. I will put 110% into selling your listing for the highest price, and I need you to be all in when you hire me. Now, if you understand that mentality, all you need to do from here is sub in Amber Rutherford for me. Amber is that person who will pour into you for 8 weeks and teach you how to be successful. If you're that seller who only wants to try before you buy, knowing full well that she is the absolute best in the biz, you are fooling no one but yourself. Finally, for those who didn't enroll at all or were simply a no from the start, it's regrettable and unfortunate, as you will simply continue to experience the current status quo. For some, that might be okay. For most, it's the beginning of the end. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. There is a reason that some of the most successful agents on the planet continue to take bold, continue to utilize coaching. They firmly understand the importance of accountability, stretching and growing at the highest level, and that the concept of being comfortable has no place in any successful business. Bold is the answer key. So I would highly suggest you rethink your position. KW provides amazing opportunities for its agents. One of those starts October 11th. Please, please, please take a stand for yourself. I promise if you go all in, work with Amber for the next 2 months and give it everything you will have, you will absolutely love the all-new you. And you will never look back. That's it. I'm signing off for the moment. Get those sign-up sheets rolling. See you all in the office this week.